right, so welcome again. My name is Ms. Zuckerbrow, College and Career Counselor at Castro Valley High School, and tonight we're talking about early college credit, and we're going to focus on concurrent and dual enrollment. So the benefits of early college credit, just to remind everyone, this is a great opportunity for students to explore areas of interest, explore different majors and careers. It's an opportunity to get college experience while still in high school, to build confidence with college coursework and be better prepared for college. It's a great way to save money. Students can earn college credit for free or close to free, and it'll help students to finish college on time or even early. It can also help improve college admission chances. It's another way for students to show that they're doing something above and beyond their classwork. So just as extracurriculars are something they can do, this is another way that they can expand their interests and show colleges that they're exploring other interests. It also does provide an honors or AP, a similar grade bump to honors and AP classes when students are applying to UCs and CSUs. A lot of research has been done showing that students earning early college credit are more likely than their peers to go to and persist in college. So I'll just quickly review the different types of early college credit and then get into the two we're going to focus on today. So these two are other opportunities for early college credit. There's advanced placement. So we have several classes at Castro Valley High School that align with college classes, and they follow the College Board AP curriculum to align with a college class. So AP Biology, AP Spanish, AP Calculus, etc. The students can earn the college credit or advanced placement depending on the college's policy and the student's score. So after the student takes the AP class, they have to take the AP test. Depending on their score and the school and their major, they will get credit. They may get credit for that class, or maybe it just skips them ahead. We also have articulation. So these are classes at our high school that align with community college classes. And if students earn an A or B in the class, they will get college credit, and they'll have a college transcript and it'll say credit by exam. So with Chabot College, we have auto, ICT, engineering, marketing, medical careers, and also photography. I forgot to update this. Photography just articulated. DVC has foods, nutrition, and graphic design, and then biotechnology is articulated with Ohlone. These do not give a grade bump on their high school transcript, but if they complete the course and have that college grade before they apply to schools, for the CSUs and for other schools, they may be able to list it on their application as a college class. So concurrent and dual enrollment are what we're focusing on today. These are college classes taught by college instructors. And on a college application, they do provide a grade bump like AP classes, but we don't provide a grade bump on the high school transcript. For concurrent enrollment, that's the general term for students taking a college class concurrently while in high school. They can take this at any community college. They can do it in the summer, during the school year, in the evenings, or asynchronously. For these classes, the tuition is free. However, the student is responsible for getting any books and materials. And then the student also has to pay the campus health fees, which are approximately $20 per semester. There's no support throughout the semester from the Castro Valley School District. The students are signing up for a college class and they're enrolling in a college class with other college students. Dual enrollment is a type of concurrent enrollment that is more supported, and it is a partnership between us and Chabot College, and between the school district and Chabot, we pick classes that are geared towards what our students want. We do surveys, we look at what our students are interested in, and pick classes that will best fit our students. We have workshops for application support. We have an orientation meeting before class begins. Any books that are required will be provided by Castro Valley. And all the fees are waived by Chabot College. And throughout the semester, I have a Google Classroom that students are joined so that I can send them reminders and updates and post information. And I do a check-in with the students in mid-semester as well. I'm just gonna check. Okay, cool. All right, so summer and fall offerings. So over the summer, Chabot College is offering a summer pathways concurrent enrollment program that they are calling the Summer Academy. And so I'm gonna show you the classes that are being offered. Probably need to make that bigger. And so these 3 classes that are in green are high school students only. And it's from the 4 school districts in Eden area. So Castro Valley, Hayward, San Lorenzo, and San Leandro. Intro to Entrepreneurship, Fund Your Future Business 43, and Intro to Health Professions. And you can see here that these 2, the business classes, are in person, but some asynchronous work as well. The health professions one is online, so that will be over Zoom. Then these ones that are in orange are open. They're prioritized for the high school students, but they will be open to the general Chabot College community as well. Some of these will be in person. So for example, auto will be in person, intro to theater, acting, makes sense. Those are good classes to be in person. Some of them will be asynchronous. So intro to engineering is asynchronous. Intro to theater is asynchronous. Asynchronous means the students do it on their own, but they're going to have deadlines for assignments, so they'll need to keep up with the work. And then there's also, so intro to theater is not acting. This is the acting class. And then this one is surveying, learning about theater and plays and films. And then there's a live concert sound music class to learn the fundamentals of recording and production. Intro to Administration of Justice for anyone who's interested in criminal justice or law. This might be a good option. There is an online asynchronous or a hybrid class. And then there's also career and educational planning, which is a great class for students who don't know what they want to do in the future. So those are what's being offered this summer by Chabot for what we would consider dual enrollment. Everything's included, all the fees are covered, books are included. And I'll go over the steps to enroll after I share what else is available. So for the fall, we'll be offering dual enrollment from Chabot once again at the high school. And these are only for Castro Valley High School students, and they are supported by the College and Career Center. And so Business 43 is personal finance planning, and that is confirmed. It will be virtual and asynchronous. And we have found that over the last couple of years, our students really like the asynchronous format. It's good for students who have other commitments and can't be online at a certain time or can't be in person at a certain time, because they get to do the work at their own time schedule. The Intro to Ethnic Studies will be virtual. We're not sure yet, asynchronous or if there will be Zoom meetings, because that is not confirmed yet, but we most likely will be able to offer it. If not, we will offer a sociology class in its place, but most likely it will be the ethnic studies. And then college study skills, which we've been offering this year as well. Again, it's not confirmed, but it likely will be in person after school twice a week. And all of these are transferable credit. You can see the business and the PSCN 15 or CSU transferable. The Intro to Ethnic Studies is UC CSU transferable general education classes credits. So those credits can transfer no matter what major the student is. So before I go to the process, I just want to share that students can take other concurrent enrollment classes. So if they're not interested in any of the academy classes that Chabot is offering, or the dual enrollment classes that we're offering in the fall, then students can sign up for other classes through concurrent enrollment at Chabot, Las Positas, or another community college in the area. They can sign up for in-person or online. But then those classes are college classes with college students, and the professor won't know that they're high school versus college, and it's really on the student to stay on top of it. But that is an option as well. So I know some students ask about taking psychology, or maybe they're in a higher level math class, or they want to take calculus 1 to prepare for AP Calc BC. So there's different options there for students. So the process to enrolling for concurrent enrollment, the student should first talk to the counselor or someone in the College and Career Center to make sure they're signing up for classes that are appropriate for that student to take. We want students to take classes that they will enjoy and do well in. So we also encourage students to take classes that will meet general ed requirements, so that no matter where they go, they'll have that college credit that they can bring with them. They need to apply to the college online through the school's website. It's through CCC Apply. We have instructions and a video available to guide students, and they have to do this every semester that they want to take classes. So even if they've taken a college class before at Chabot and now they're going to take another one, they have to apply again. If it's the first time applying, they're going to receive an email within a couple of days with a student ID number. It'll be their W number for Chabot or Las Positas, or it'll say DVC ID. Once they have that, they can fill out the concurrent enrollment form, but they do need that ID in order to go on to step 4. So there's a concurrent enrollment form that has to get filled out. And on this form, they're going to put that college ID number, but they're also going to list the classes that they want to take. Students should fill up all the slots unless they really only want to take that one specific class. But if they're like, I want to take a general ed class, they should fill it up with 5 general ed classes. Because once this form gets submitted, then the next step in the process is they get an email from Chabot approving it, or from Las Positas or wherever. Once it's approved, the student for concurrent enrollment has to go on and to the portal on the college's website and actually register for the class. What happens if they go and the class is full? They can't just go and pick another class at that point if it was not on their form. They get approved only for the classes that are on their form. So the students really need to, we recommend that students just fill all of these slots in. And then in terms of registering for the class, there's a video on how to do that. All of the information is on our concurrent enrollment page on the website, and I'll show you how to get to that also from the College and Career Center page. It's on the counseling page. It has the information, it has the process, it has the deadlines, has all the links. And then here it also has useful links. So if students are like, well, what's even available? There's this link here for the searchable schedule. And then you would pick summer or fall. So if you're looking for summer, and then you can look through here to see what's offered. So if the student wants to see if there are any psychology classes available over the summer, and if it says CC, that's Chabot, and LPC, that's for Las Positas. And so for summer, these they're offering a lot of general psychology. If it says that it's online, then it's not going to be online. And then you go over here to the time, and if it says TBA, that means it's asynchronous. I don't see any virtual Zoom ones, or I would show you that. If it says online for the location, but then it has a time, that means it's going to have Zoom meetings. If you go here and it doesn't say online, that's a room number, and that means that it's in person. And then here are the days and times. So for example, this one is Monday, Wednesday from 5:30 to 8:50 p.m. and it's on these dates. And then this one here is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10:30 to 12:45. So there's lots of options here for students who want to take psychology over the summer. That's just one example. That's funny. I had not even seen the question, but the question was somebody was asking me about psychology. So if you want to take something that's not offered through the summer academy, to take a summer class, this is the process that you'll follow. And again, you will need to just look up a class that you're interested in. This says spring, but I'll pull it, but it does have summer and fall here as well. And so you can click summer online and it'll take you to a different view. And it's kind of nice because then you can see all the different categories at once instead of scrolling through them. So again, you can look at it this way. The one thing is that when you go look at it in this way, it looks a little different here and it won't show the wait list. In the other one, it actually shows you the capacity and the actual students enrolled and the remaining. So you can see right now, the registration hasn't started yet. So they're all open. So there's no one in the class yet, but you'll be able to see the numbers as they go through. Okay, so I'll go back to, I saw there was a question about dates. I'll go back to that in a moment. For dual enrollment, so for the summer academy or for our fall dual enrollment classes, we do have one extra step that you have to start with, and that's a Google form. So for summer, it is on the flyer that I'll share with everyone, and it is hosted by ROP, who is coordinating this with Chabot for all the high school districts. For us, it is one that I manage. So we do have a Google form to fill out. Then you apply to Chabot College the same way that you would for concurrent enrollment. Again, we have instructions, you go online. We do recommend you take a picture or write down your confirmation number at the end because it does usually ask you for that. And again, if this is your first time applying, you'll get that email with your W number. Then you're going to submit a dual enrollment form. For the summer, you're filling out the same concurrent enrollment form that I just showed you for regular concurrent enrollment. So I do have instructions on how to do that here. It walks you step by step through it. So again, it's that form I showed you. You put the classes you want. You can put more than one if you're interested in more than one summer academy class. You can put multiple if you're interested in a summer academy class and maybe not a summer academy class. You can put that too. And the last step after you fill it out, it's going to ask you to assign it to the next participants. So the student fills it out with their information, and then here it says to list a parent guardian email address. So you're going to put your parent's name and email. And then here it says list counselor's name and email. I recommend putting my name and email for anything related to summer academy or dual enrollment. You can also put me down for concurrent enrollment, or you can put your own counselor. You will then receive an approval email from Chabot, but you do not need to register in ClassWeb for the class. So in this case, the summer academy classes, Chabot is going to register you for it. So you don't have to register. For fall, we're going to provide you the specific class code at a later date. So rather than a random business 43, we want you in our business 43 class. If you are trying to apply for fall 2023 dual enrollment, and you took dual enrollment this year, or you signed up and were approved, whether you took the class or not, you already did a dual enrollment form. You don't need to do another one. All right, so before I go on to some additional information, are there questions about the process? So the registration starts now. And I will share that. There's no Google Classroom yet. That's for after students are in the class. But I'll show you, I'll give you the links to where all of this information is, so that you can access it on our website. And also, I'm putting a sign-in link in the chat. So if you have not signed in yet, if you could do that, then I can also email you out the slides after. All right, so some additional information I will get to when registration ends in a moment. So important dates and deadlines. So you can apply now for summer and fall. So we are going to have some informational meetings and workshops for students in the College and Career Center to learn more and to get help filling out all the applications, starting tomorrow at lunch. So students, come in tomorrow at lunch if you want help. Also next week, Monday through Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at lunch. The week after, Monday and Tuesday only at lunch. And then the week after that, the first week of May, and on the 2nd, and then the Tuesday, the 9th, during Trojan time and lunch, I will have workshop to help students with the application process and answer individual questions. The Google Form application deadline, so there's still a possibility to get in beyond the deadlines, but the priority deadline is May 17th, and that is because that will give us time to follow up with you to get all of your steps done. So that Google form for the Summer Academy or the Fall Dual Enrollment, the priority deadline is May 17th. And we want you to have that first step done as well, the college online application, which I didn't actually show, but basically I also have instructions on here on how to do that. And you go to this, the concurrent enrollment page, and you click apply. And in here is where you would sign in and actually submit your application. And a lot of students may have done this already if they're in an articulated class, so they may be able to sign in, or maybe they create the account. But they're just gonna sit, you know, apply for fall or summer. And then at the end, that's when they're waiting for that ID and to go on to the next step. So we want that online application done also by May 17th, so that it gives them time to get that W number and gives time to submit the electronic form. These dates are especially important for summer, but these are also the priority dates for fall, because we're getting to the end of the school year, and over the summer, not a lot is going to get done. So the priority deadline to submit the electronic form is May 24th. So the Google form and just the online application by May 17th, and then a week later, the electronic form. After that, there's still a possibility, but really all forms for summer need to be completed by the last day of school, because the counselor needs to sign that electronic form. And so when the counselors leave for summer, and when I leave for summer, no one will be there to sign off on that form for you for summer. For fall, we'll still have time to like catch up when we get back, so we could potentially still help you beyond that. But for summer, we really need everything done. So that's why we have these dates. Okay, so things to keep in mind. So students are encouraged to take as many concurrent dual enrollment courses as they can handle without affecting their grades in high school courses. So typically we recommend one class during the fall or the spring, and then in the summer, 2 classes, depending how busy they are with other volunteering, sports, etc. Keep in mind that per the Castro Valley Unified School District policy, students can only request a max of 20 outside credits to be placed on their high school transcript. So typically students take these classes and don't put them on their high school transcript. We do not give a grade bump towards their high school GPA either at our school district. But grades earned by students will be on their college transcript for that college. So whether it's Chabot, or whether it's Las Positas, once a student finishes that class, they will have that class will be on their college transcript. And I realize it's getting dark in here now. I don't know if I'm dark. I'm gonna just turn my light on there. Sorry about that. So we really want students to make sure that they're doing well in the class, because this is going to be part of their college transcript that stays with them, and it goes with them to whatever college they go to in the future. The grades can affect their college GPA in the future. There are resources and supports at the community colleges, such as tutoring, that are available to the concurrent and dual enrollment students as well. So when a student enrolls in a college class, they are a college student and they can access the college resources. Colleges have a max number of units per semester for the high school students, and it varies depending on the college. So if a student is trying to take 1 or 2 classes, but they're high unit classes, they have to check if that's allowed at that college. So Chabot, for example, has a 2-class or 6 credit limit. So if they're trying to take 2 classes, but one's 4 credits and one 3, it's over the limit. When students apply to UC-CSU and report their grades from the community college courses, they will receive that grade bump. One college class will give a 1 semester grade bump. Some tips and reminders. Students must use a personal email when applying to college, and they should use that on the Google form as well. On the Google form, it'll say personal email. So make sure when you're applying to Chabot, Las Positas, etc., on all those forms, personal email. Remember, you can't get those outside emails at your school email. Pay attention to when you're entering your grade level. So if you're applying for fall, put your grade level for next year, because you're no longer a 9th grader, you'll be a 10th grader, or you're no longer a 10th grader, you're going to be an 11th grader. Submit all applications for summer as soon as possible. It is first come, first serve for those summer academy classes, and there are 4 high school districts that are being served by those summer academies. Also, if you're signing up for something outside of the academies like psychology or sociology, those also are first come, first serve, and you have to actually go in and register. And I was showing you how right now nobody's in those psychology classes, but that number is going to start to go up. The current college students get to register before you do. And so you'll have a date that you can go on and register. So that's why you want to have several classes on your form, and you want to submit it as soon as possible. And submit all applications for fall by the last day of school if possible. There will be time to continue applying over summer, but the sooner the better. And then students, check your emails regularly to see if the college is asking for anything or for confirmations and important information. That's especially important for summer academies. They're going to send you information about your class. You'll be able to look in ClassWeb to see if you're registered. So definitely check your emails. All of this information and links can be accessed through the College and Career Center website. So this is a little snippet of what the College and Career Center website looks like right now. I just updated it today with dual enrollment and concurrent enrollment as the first 2 images and the first 2 links. So all you need to know is bit.ly/CVHS college career. That will take you to our website, and then you can click dual enrollment, concurrent enrollment. Once you're in one of these pages, it's easy to get to the other. There's a college credit during high school link at the top, and you can switch between the 2, and it has all of the info that you need. So at this time, I will continue to answer questions. For summer, would we put the current grade level or the next grade? So for the summer academies in the Google form, they ask for your next grade level. So for the electronic forms, I would just do that as well. So if you're going to be a 10th grader next year, 11th grader, I would put that on all your forms that you're filling out. So those electronic forms, the Google forms, yeah, for summer or fall. And then There was a question about if there's fees. So again, just to reiterate, for concurrent enrollment, if you're doing something outside of the summer academy or the fall dual enrollment, there's a small fee, but it's about $20, and the student's responsible for books. The summer academies and the dual enrollment are completely covered, free, books included. So there's a question about how do we know what classes we should apply to help graduate from college. So on the concurrent enrollment page, so on this page, we will have a link here. It is not here yet because they didn't give it to us yet. That says recommended classes. And those classes are typically general ed classes. They're classes that students do well in. The other thing you can do is use you probably can't see that, is use a website called assist.org. Assist.org will show you if something is transferable. So if you are going to take a class at Chabot, you're going to type Chabot into the field. And then if you click IGETSI for UC and CSU, that will show you all of the transferable classes for the general ed for UC CSU. So for example, biology, that's a weird one to pick because you shouldn't do biology there. Psychology, so here it shows you that it's an IGETSI area. So that means that that's the area it meets at the UCs. It'll also meet something at the CSUs as well. So there's not an age limit for the classes at the community colleges. Some of them just have a minimum grade level. So for example, some community colleges are fine with 9th graders, some want 10th and above. So for summer, anyone who's already been in 9th grade, for summer, you're already going into 10th, so that's totally fine. So that's all good. So if we have a CCCID, do we still need a W number? Yes. So when you do the first step, the online application, let's see if I have it open. Yeah. Okay. So when you do this online application, if you've never applied to a community college before, you're going to select create an account. And you're going to have to enter your name, your date of birth, your social if you have one. You can mark the box that you don't have one or don't want to provide one at this time. Remember to use your personal email, etc. You're going to say that you're applying for summer or fall. And then at that, sorry, before you get to that part, after this, it's going to tell you, great, you created your account. Here's your CCCID. Some students stop there, but you have to click continue to apply and then make sure you apply for summer or fall and finish all of those questions. Then you've actually applied. Once you do that, you'll get the W number in your email. So yeah, and then if you don't know your W number, but you're like, I definitely applied, it's been a while, I have no idea where my W number is. On our pages, on both the concurrent and dual enrollment page, we have links how to find your confirmation number, how to find your W number. So you can use your CCCID to find your W number. And there's a document here that shows you how to do that. You can use the same W number. So if you already have one, you're going to use the same W number, but you still have to apply again for summer or fall. But you don't have to wait. So like as soon as you hit submit and you apply, you can go and move on to that electronic form. You don't have to wait the couple days to get the W number because you already have it. So there's a question about if a student can take Math 2 or Spanish 2 and then enroll in Math 3 or Spanish 3 in the fall. So I'll talk about Math first. Math 2, you need to have, so for Math, we do integrated Math 1, integrated Math 2, integrated Math 3 or 3A. Chabot College does algebra, geometry, intermediate algebra, advanced algebra, right? So it is not like one-to-one. So students will miss out. Students need to have a geometry class, which for us is our integrated 2 class that has a lot of geometry in it. They have to have that on their high school transcript for the UCs. There are cases where students will take a higher level math when they're at the higher levels, pre-calc, calculus, and try to advance. However, the student would still be signing up for whatever they're at in terms of high school. So if a student is trying to skip pre-calc and go to calc, they're still going to sign up for pre-calc for next year. And when the student comes back to school in August, they can request to challenge their math placement and take the placement test, and then they're going to be at the bottom of the wait list if they got the 85% or higher on the placement test. So we really do not recommend it for math. The only time that we do recommend it is for students going from integrated 3A who want to go directly to AP Calc BC. A lot of times those students will decide to take Calculus 1 over the summer at community college because that'll help them so that when they go straight to BC, they'll be better prepared. For Spanish, again, the classes do not align one-to-one, so it's really hard to take a language class at the middle or at the community college and then come back and do the next year at the high school. Since world language is not a graduation requirement, students can do all their world language at the community college if they want to free up space for other classes at the high school. So if they want to do Spanish at the community college, we'd recommend just keep going and just continue and do, 2 or 3 Spanish classes at the community college rather than taking it at the high school. So that's an option. So examples of general ed classes, yes. So on the Chabot website, you look on the transfer page, it will have all the information. And what I like to do is go to the, somewhere down here, it says general ed stuff. Oh, well, there it was. General education patterns. This is the general ed patterns for all the different classes. It's a big chart, but just click the first one. It says UC and CSU. So these are the classes that meet general ed requirements to go to a UC or CSU. So this is what students at Chabot who are planning to transfer would use as a roadmap. And so there's like all kinds of options. So we typically recommend something from area 3 or area 4. So a humanities class, communications, anthropology, ethnic studies, geography, kinesiology, well, kinesiology 70 specifically, psychology, sociology. So these are general ed classes. I can put that in the chat also. Oh, the page that has the academies. Yes, so I'll be sharing all of these slides, but it is this link here. Oh, just trying to copy it. It is this link here. Oh shoot, I totally put a link and then it didn't go to you guys. Okay, and then this is for general ed. And we are going to put together a Q&A doc, so I'll put those links on there as well. So is it the same as taking an AP course and paying to take the AP test? What's the difference? Yeah, basically it's the same. So if you take a college class at Chabot and you get through the class and you get an A, B, or C in the class, you get the college credit. It's on your Chabot college transcript, and then when you apply to college, you tell them you already took a college class, and then you send your transcript from Chabot and you get the credit. As long as it's transferable class, you will get the credit. So for example, trying to think of something that we offer, because we don't offer like AP psychology. So for example, AP Environmental Science. So if you take environmental science at Chabot, or you take AP Environmental and you get the passing grade on the test that qualifies, it's the same thing. You don't have to pay for the AP test when you do the college class. So it's basically the same thing. It could even be better in some cases, because if it's a transferable class, so I was showing assist, if it's a transferable class, then you get the credit. So for example, current issues in environmental science, humans in the environment, right? You can see here that these are UC, or the humans in the environment, you can see it's a UC transferable class. Let's see, psychology, right? There's all these classes. So any transferable class, as long as the student passes the class, they get the college credit. For AP classes, you need to go on to the College Board and look up the AP credit policy. And for some schools, depending on the test, they may need to score a 4, or they may need to score a 5. It may give them credit. It may just let them advance. There's a lot of nuances for that. So Chabot 55 is similar to integrated 3, yes. So again, what happens is if a student is, let's say, in integrated 2 right now, and they're trying to skip integrated 3 to go to pre-calc next year, if they take math 55, that will give them most of what they need to know in integrated 3, but we are still going to have them signed up for integrated 3 for when they come back in August. When they come back to pick up their schedule, they'll tell, they'll say, I want to challenge my math placement. They'll sign up for one of the time, they'll go to one of the times offered to take the math placement test. They'll take the placement test to go on to pre-calc, 85% or better, and then they go on the bottom of the wait list if there's a wait list for pre-calc. So it depends on space. It depends on if they pass the test. The test is going to cover the integrated 3 material. Math 55 is not exactly integrated 3. So there may be like 1 or 2 topics that are missing. So the student needs to just make sure they're prepared for that. So that's why we don't, recommend the math at the community college for skipping. And students can come talk to me individually about it too. And I'm happy to share more about that separately. And again, this presentation and recording will be posted on our website starting tomorrow. Okay, for Summer Academy, which ones are UC transferable? So on the flyer, it has the steps and the QR code to the website. So I believe, oh, they did not mention. Okay, most of them are transferable to either a CSU or to both, but a lot of them are elective credit, not general ed credit. So what that means is when they go to the UC or CSU, it'll be just elective credit that they'll have on their transcript. So if they don't reach the total number of units they need for their degree with their major requirements and their general ed, it'll be those electives that'll help them reach their requirement. I don't know off the top of my head which ones. This one might be gen ed, the administration of justice. Let's see here. Yeah, the administration of justice one is the general ed class. The rest of the Summer Academy ones, I believe, are elective credits. So if they're looking for general ed, most of them are not, but they're a really good way to explore those areas. So if a student is interested in any of these areas like health professions, business, engineering, it's a really good way to explore and decide if they want to be in that field. The engineering could go towards an engineering degree if they do that, if they end up going into theater arts, etc. So the grade bump is never applied on the high school transcript. So if a student decides to put one of these classes on their high school transcript, the grade bump is never applied on the high school transcript. But any college classes that are transferable to CSU or UC will give the students a grade bump on their application. So when they apply to the CSU or UC and they put down the college class, that it gets recalculated in the application, their GPA. So it will give that grade bump on the college application. Students cannot take PE college classes. That is one restriction. So for concurrent enrollment, students can take almost anything as long as they meet the prerequisites. They cannot take PE classes. And that's a college restriction, not us. So they're just not allowed to take any PE classes, and that's a California community college thing, not Chabot specific or anything like that too. So sorry for the person who asked the PE class question. Yeah, so most of the classes won't have prereqs. The summer academy for sure don't. The ones we pick for dual enrollment won't. Classes that have prereqs are typically going to be higher level classes, but they're going to, math or science might have a prereq. Sometimes they'll recommend that students have completed English 1, but it's never required if it says that they recommend it. So the same way that a student's going to look for classes, then it will also show if there's any prerequisites for that class. So let's see, so math. So if you click on the course number, yeah, you can see here it says like prereqs, right? So for Calc 1, there's a prereq of these, and then you have to go look up what those are, but it'll show it in here. So when you're looking up to see like what classes are available for summer, if you're like, oh, I want to take calculus. So as long as a student has taken pre-calc with us, they're going to meet the prereq for calculus. They'll just have to send their transcript in. Yeah, besides PE, there's not really restrictions. I believe they just can't take PE and ESL, and then other than that, they just have to meet the prereqs. So we can go to their concurrent enrollment page just to double check. Yeah, so no PE or basic skills classes. And the basic skills classes are learning skills classes for students with disabilities. I think that, yeah, so a link to the description of all classes offered for Chabot in the summer. So that's just where I was searching. And so you can also use this view where it shows all of them. Here, these are what's offered for summer. So Spanish, for example, and then here it says beginning Spanish or elementary Spanish. And then again, if you click on the number, it'll give you a description. So you would have to click to see what within that department is being offered. So ethnic studies, there's intro to ethnic studies, then there's intro to Pacific Island and Oceania, women of color in the US, so intro to Asian American. So there's a few different ones being offered. This symbol here is a really good symbol. If you can see it, it's a $sign over a textbook with a slash. That means that it's a free textbook. This one means it's low cost. So again, for concurrent enrollment, if you're not doing summer academy, if you're taking a different summer class, you are responsible to get the books. Students can come talk with our college mentors, and Melissa is on this call, who can help them find cheap or free books. So that could be potential opportunity there as well. So these links are all on our concurrent enrollment page. Here, so here it says spring, but it takes you to the summer page. I'll update the text, but it's the same thing. So it's on our concurrent enrollment page. We have links to that. This is the searchable schedule. So these are the two different ways to view the schedule. I think I answered all the questions in the chat. if I missed any, we will follow up with a Q&A document. Any other questions? Okay, so how do semester units at Chabot translate into high school units? So, yeah. So a couple things about putting these classes on your high school transcript. Currently, our school district policy is that you can put up to 20 high school units of outside courses on your transcript. A college class, a one semester class, or a 3-unit class, which most are 3 units, is 10 credits of high school. That's a typical class. So 2 units, some of the classes are 2 units, that would give students 7 credits because it's 1 college credit to 3.33 high school credits. Now, also currently in the district's policy is that students need to take graduation requirements at the high school for classes that are offered. So the students really need to talk to their counselors to see if they can use the summer academy classes to replace a requirement such as the CTE requirement. So the intro to engineering would not fulfill a whole year of the CTE. It would be 7 of the 10 credits if our school district approved that to count for the CTE. Yes, so you need to reapply every semester, but if you've already applied for dual enrollment this year and you don't need to do the electronic form again, but you always have to redo the online application. All right, so again, this was being recorded. We'll post the recording and the slides. Students can follow up with us. I will share just one more time. We are having some help coming up. So tomorrow at lunch, and then over the next couple of weeks, we have a bunch of lunch opportunities, and then the first 2 Tuesdays in May at Trojan time or at lunch. All right. You're welcome, everybody. Have a great evening. And I do have a great team in the College and Career Center with me, and everyone in there is able to help. So students, come on by.